We are givers by nature. That is at the core of when Jesus' Spirit came to live inside of us. That's who we became. He's a giver, God is a giver, so when He came and lived inside of us, we became givers as well. I was thinking about people in my life who have really impacted me, and whether it's in the professional world, whether it's relational, businesses, all those types of areas, they give. That's what they're doing. They're giving. They're giving. And so then I thought, well, what about my personal goals? You know, when I look at my hopes for my life, and I looked at those and I thought, wow, they're all out of the nature within me that I want to be a giver. That's my heart. So how do we stay in a place where we are able and willing to give, you know, with all that we are? And so I think the first obvious place to look is to look at God Himself, and that's through the Word and through looking at Christ's life. If we observe when He gave, what He gave, how He gave it, what was the heart that Christ had when He gave, because He's considered our brother. So when we want to know what it's like to be a giver here on earth, I think it's so, first place, to look at Christ and notice when He gave and what He gave. Second, I would say it's super important for us to be willing to repent for the things that are keeping us from giving. I know for myself, emotions and feelings that I've had that are negative have very much impacted whether or not I'm willing to give. Let's say I'm teaching my kids and I start feeling frustrated. Well, then I no longer want to be a giver. I want to take. I want to take, and I don't even know what to do about it, but I feel like I have nothing to give you at this moment. We have nothing going here. And that's just my example, is I have to be willing to grow and let Jesus become more real in my life, to where I'm not angered by my children. You know, like what they're doing I'm not controlled by those emotions anymore. Another big part of it is being willing to protect our hearts and the vision that Christ put in us. I know so many times when comparison can come in, it has the awful ability to rob us of the life and joy that we have and who we were designed to be. You know, I don't think that anybody God's plan for them is to not have life and have joy in the things that they were wired to do. And I have a neighbor who I just think is so cool, and he's an engineer. I'm not an engineer, and I know that I'm not. But my hope would be that he would delight and find joy in engineering, but not, feel like he should also be a zookeeper. Like let's not even go there. Let's delight in being who we were each created to be, and protect it. Protect the divine nature of God in us and the personality that we have, but then also be willing to let Christ mold it and shape it. We were all created to give. We were created to give His nature to the world, to give His kingdom to the world, to give His hope. All those beautiful songs in church. But they're true. They're so true. I hope this week that you can just think about, you were designed to be a giver. Hey, thanks so much for joining me. This is Sammy E, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.